Welcome back, survivors, to another episode of Will It Survive? As you can see, we've been caught out a little bit because we didn't have time to build ourselves a horde base. So in this one, we are going to take over the Smithstone silos. These are grain silos with a bit of a garden out the front. Is all of the corn and things like that. So we're just going to quickly adjust this and see if we can survive day 35 of the horde by using whatever means necessary. So what we've done is we've placed loads and loads and loads of spike traps at the bottom of the ladder, just to kind of slow and contain the horde so that they don't all just power rush up the ladder together at the same time. But we're kind of hoping that we'll get them to go up this ladder, up to the top, and then be able to use it as a shooting gallery as they all come across from the top. I'll just have a quick show of the top area here. So we're going to run up this ladder that we've placed on the side. We've cut out little chunks and little bits to make it a lot more difficult for the horde to climb so they can't get up to us from the back entrance, which is always nice. And then we're just going to take a look across the pipework here. As you can see, the idea is if they come up the ladder just to the side, they'll climb up this way and run across the top here. So if we place a few traps and things across the top, this will help to slow them down. And then we've got this run straight across into this little horde base that we've made just across the top, which will give us a really nice shooting gallery. And again, we will turn it into a great turkey shoot. Hopefully, anyway. So, without further ado, the question that we all want to know is, will it survive? So moving on to a horde night, and here we go, you can hear the music is kicked in and it's going absolutely crazy. But where are the zombies? Where is the horde? Why is the horde not coming the way that we were expecting them to path? So this was the problem that we found with this place, was that we pathed this, or tried to path this, that they would come up into the shooting range, and we actually didn't manage to find that they didn't actually come up this way to us. So instead what we did was we were trying to figure out where all of the zombies had gone, because it's just empty. This is supposed to be a horde night. And then it became apparent they were all trying to take down the silos from below us. But there's 8 silos there filled with grain, so they're not going to collapse the whole building on us as much as they were going to try. What we decided to do was just take as many pot shots as we could and thin the horde from here. We thought that if we kill as many of them as we can this way, this will improve all of our experience, get us a few good levels up, and allow us to survive the night as well. So this was the perfect solution to a very, very bad problem. And it turns out that there was still not that many of them, as you can see. And there you go. We can see they're all just below us. They're all trying to fight their way through the silo. Now this is a great way now to just shoot through hordes upon hordes of them and gain as much experience as possible. Just trying to get as many headshots as I can from directly above them. And there are loads of them below us. Even green ones, the toxic ones, the infected ones. The crazy thing is, as much as we tried to shoot as many of them as possible, once they broke a few bits of the silo, then decided it was time to path the way that we had intended. So they all decided to go and run up the ladder at the back. So we got in our little base and started to get ourselves prepped and ready for this. And we were trying to shoot some of these guys, and it was the green guys that came through first. The toxic guys that just sort of joined us up on top. And then we found one that was completely blue. I wonder if he's got a blue house with a blue window. That is a very old reference, by the way. That's showing my age. So we were trying to take as many of them down as possible. And then we realized the second problem we had with this base was, instead of pathing the way that we expected, coming across the front, they actually decided to jump inside the building. So they came across the pipes and into the building, and you can see they're starting to destroy the building from within. So because they couldn't take down the silos underneath, they tried taking down the building. You just see the heads poking through. Oh, there we go. Nice headshot there by our friend Spot. Just completely wiped that blue guy out. And this is where we were kind of stuck, because we thought, will we be able to take many of them out? And will we be able to survive if they come through in with us? And that's what they started to do. They started to break all of the underneath of the building and climb through our hatch. They started to break through and try to beat us up. We had the toxic guys, the radioactive builders here, with all of their hard hats on. The first time we saw an orange one, we haven't seen an orange one before, and this orange feral, we don't know what the orange ones do. And so I decided to run a little bit further up. Because we were getting a bit overrun, we decided to move back. Our friend Spot looks like he's run a different direction, and then they started to pile through. Lindsay has died there. She's gone. She's out of the fight completely. We've been completely overrun. You can see how many of them are there. So I jumped down over the edge and tried to use the traps that are on the back end there, just to try to encourage them to fall through and do some damage to them. We got this guy here clipping through the scenery. It's just stuck sort of half in, half out. He couldn't make his mind up where he wanted to go. There's the backpack of one of our teammates. So I thought, if I keep kiting round, it'll encourage them to follow me. And then as I went back into the room, they started to come back down from the roof, and I got jammed in a little bit. Just trying my best to kite as much as possible and use the spike traps around me as much as possible, while taking an absolute beating by loads of them. There you go. You can see the green ones just falling through the traps. Oh, that's a slow and painful death, that, falling through all of those spikes, look. Oof. And then there's too many of them. We're trying to move on, we're trying to run away. Using the range, using the traps, using as much as we can. Got a cop here, and he's just thrown up all over me, regurgitated his lunch. And there we go. I finally die here. This is where too many of them come through, and they gave us an absolute nightmare of a time. So we had to run back and pick up our bags, and then try to survive the rest of the night. We managed to run up and close the door, and then from there we thought maybe it would be a great idea to create murder holes instead, because instead of the enemies running across the front after us, we thought if we break these holes into the flooring, we'll be able to shoot down towards them. We did not expect there to be so many of them. You can just see little heads popping through the flooring, where they're just trying to get in to eat our brains, and we're doing the best we can to survive. But we thought if we break this through, we should be able to shoot a couple of these guys underneath. But as I said, we were not expecting the sheer number of zombies that would be waiting for us. Just like so. And then we just let rip. We just sort of unloaded the guns onto them. This is kind of what we were hoping it would have been first of all, not waiting until we died and then having to make our way back up to do this. We kind of needed this from the first moment. And the murder hole seemed to be quite successful, so as you can see, our resident builder here, Spot, decided to try to build a few more murder holes just to give us a little bit more of an opportunity and a little bit more of a chance to survive. Even the spew and the spit and the acid sick from the really horrific and horrible cop wasn't getting through our murder hole. That gave us the opportunity to shoot at them without them being able to shoot at us. And then it reached that time of the night where it was open season for us to go and have a nice barroom brawl. So I've chugged a beer, and it is time to go and give them a bit of fisticuffs, just like so. Ooh, nice headshot there. Took his face clean off. And then it's just a case of mopping up all of the stragglers and surviving for the rest of the night. You can see the damage that they've caused inside of this. You can see all of the walls, the ceiling. You can see just areas and chunks that are just missing out of the building, where they've just gone absolutely balls to the wall. They couldn't path towards us. They've even brought the strippers with them, with an uncompromising upskirt from the stripper there. And you can see just how many of them have sort of come along for the party and for the ride. But the damage they've done, you can see, look at all the holes in the walls, while our friends are just up top still shooting them. Spot taking their legs off, making them completely legless and hopefully armless as well in the process. You can see there's literally just a couple left. Oh, nice headshot there. Oh, double headshot, that's what we're talking about. Got to be careful of the big mama. Oh, right in the chin. Turns out she's got a chin made of glass. And down she went. And there we go. Just finishing off those stragglers. Just the last couple. One sort of green toxic feral just kind of holding the line at the back there. He takes a heck of a kicking. It's a lot tougher than we were expecting. Oh, he's down now. Punching him in the back of the head, of course. And so the question is, did it survive? Did it survive? Oh, well, kind of, yeah. I mean, the building survived. We didn't. We got kind of way overrun. I'm kind of having a bit of trouble with this ladder here. The ladder is probably just as much of a difficult obstacle as the zombies themselves. But yep, the building survived. They didn't get through the silos. They didn't destroy it to bring the whole place down on us. And there were a few cool loot bags around as well. So it did survive, but we didn't. So I guess, it's kind of a win, kind of a fail.